You're listening to the Substation Gaming Podcast. I'm Lucas. With me, I have Black Chestnut
Hello.
and Ricola.
Wow.
And today we're going to be going over topics such as the Steam Deck and many more. Without further ado,
Yeah.
let's get right into it, guys.
Yeah.
Well, Valve announced the Switch Pro. They did it.
Yes,
Yeah.
Valve beat Nintendo to the Switch Pro, and this is what we got now: the Steam Deck.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Fancy.
Not gonna lie, my first thoughts on the actual console itself. It looks very clean.
I do
Yeah.
find the button placement a bit weird.
Yeah,
I agree. The
think
buttons are weird.
the analog sticks are definitely not in your normal spots that you would get on a controller or the
I
Switch.
get they want to do the touchpad, but
I mean, it looks very clean. Like the actual design itself looks very nice. I like the fact that it curves on the edge because I feel like it'd be more comfortable to hold and like the actual Steam Deck.
Oh yeah, for sure. Whenever handheld consoles have like very, pointy edges, it's always uncomfortable.
yeah, like the DS got pretty uncomfortable after a while.
Yeah. Same with like the Game Boy.
Right.
I'd have to feel the size
Actually,
of
the
this in my
Game Boy's
hands.
big enough that that doesn't
Yeah, it's
happen.
kind of that's a weird case.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
I had to feel it in my hands though to know how it kind of like felt though. Like I don't know like its size really.
I mean, the Vita didn't necessarily have like curved like this, but like the actual curvature of the device itself, like from top to bottom, was like 10 times more comfortable than holding a DS. So like
Yeah, I
in,
agree.
in my in my opinion, and they actually had like little like indents under like in the back of it. I wonder if I don't think I've seen the back of this. I wonder if they have something. On
It
The
just has
back of
buttons on the back
this-
like the Vita, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it
This
it
is-
has like two extra like bumper buttons basically.
Yeah, because they're trying to play PC games on this where you usually have an entire keyboard of buttons.
Yeah. Because like that's a really cool thing about this. This isn't technically a console at all. This is technically just a PC that's
It's a more
shaped like a
accessible Raspberry
portable.
Pi.
Yeah, effectively. It's
Yeah.
a handheld PC,
yeah.
you know. It's
Honestly.
like a laptop, but that you can fit in your backpack,
Pretty
without
much.
any troubles.
Which is pretty cool, honestly. I mean,
Yeah.
I've honestly always wondered if Valve would ever come out with like a Steam, because like they have pretty much any game you can think of to an
They
extent.
did try this before. They did the Steam
Yeah.
boxes. Those didn't go very well though, because why
I
not?
mean, I've been hearing rumbles about Steam, like Valve working on a handheld console effectively, and this is it. This is what it is. They've probably been working on this for like at least 6 to 7 years at this point,
Right.
probably.
I
I
mean,
think a
but,
handheld
like-
direction's a more interesting version than the Steam boxes, which I like the Steam boxes, kind of just like a really nice uniform gaming PC. But I think this is a lot more novel.
Yeah, this is really cool.
so
What's the cool thing about this, and I think what makes it appealing to buyers like right off the bat, is the fact that since it's linked to Steam and stuff.
right. So that was
This
my
isn't like a
question.
console where you have to like buy it and then buy a bunch of new games for it. No, you got your entire Steam library.
Right.
If you're like most people who have a Steam library, you probably have hundreds of games on there, some which you probably never
Never-
even touched. Yeah,
Both which I've never touched.
yeah.
That was my next question. I was like,
Like half my Steam library I've never played.
Oh yeah, for a fact. I think I have like maybe 6 out of like the 80 games I have on my Steam library actually downloaded.
Yeah,
Like honestly, sometimes I just uninstall games because I just don't. I know I'm not gonna play them, and honestly just depends on my mood.
right.
Like if,
I'm curious how big of a hard drive I need to install all my Steam games. Like,
Yeah, that's the thing.
Probably-
Because it comes in 3 different versions, and the differences are entirely with the storage capacity. So the base version, which I want to say is like
64 gigs.
it's 64 gigs and it's like $400, right?
Yes.
now, are they compressing like the actual what Nintendo does for their games?
No,
No, so
It's
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 you
gonna
just
be whatever they
have to-
are in Steam.
so
yeah,
I can't download Destiny right off the bat. I gotta get like the
If
next.
you got an SD card, you could.
I know, but like if on the base model, I can't download Destiny 2 because that shit's 80 gigs.
Yes, you cannot.
Yeah.
Which it's not a deal. Or obviously, I don't
Is
play
that game
Destiny.
online only as well? Anyway.
No, it's not. There's a single
Okay.
player.
No, not just that single player. Is it? Did they force you to go online?
Nah, to get most of the exotics, yeah.
Okay, so I can't. Yeah, so that wouldn't really be a game to just be good for anyway.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it comes in like 3 different things, and the differences are entirely in the storage. The base one is like 464 gigabytes. I would not recommend anyone buy that version
I don't
unless you
know
only
because
intend on buying this to play a bunch of indie games that you already have in your Steam library. I would not recommend buying it.
I'll be honest. I think an SD card would be fine. I load most like say Switch games off my SD card and it's fine.
Yeah, but here's the thing: the upgraded versions, like the second tier one, which comes with 256 gigabytes of data, which is costs at $529. It comes with an SSD. The base one doesn't. It just has like a regular hard
I
drive.
don't know if that's worth the extra like $140. So
You see, because
For
Oh.
you got
substantially faster loading times, I'm pretty sure the base model is supposed to have really slow loading times because it doesn't have an SSD.
you see, I think I would get the second like version of it only for the fact of
Yeah.
what Black Chestnut just said, the fast loading times. But like if it was like
Plus,
the
it has
same,
way more space.
right?
Like you can't even fit one like big AAA game on the base one. Basically, it's gonna be taken up by like 2 games.
See, for me, if the base model was like the same thing as the secondary version, just the secondary and third version have like bigger space, and that's all that it was, I would just get the base model and just buy SD cards and then just
yeah,
download games on SD cards and then just label them. Oh, this SD card has these games on it.
I might end up doing that. Could end up being cheaper in the long run because SD cards are pretty cheap. I don't
Yeah,
know.
honestly, you could buy like a 156 gigabyte SD card on Amazon right now for like $20.
And I'm worried this could end up being a PS5 situation where it'll be like the chip shortage could still be going on by the time this is out. And
Yeah,
the
you
more
might.
expensive
I
model
mean,
will just be
they've
impossible to
yeah.
get. That's my worry.
Like the third version, which comes with 512 gigabytes, and it also has the SSD, is like $649.
not not buying that one. That
So,
one's woo,
I mean,
a lot of money.
you gotta think about it in this aspect, I guess. With that last price, is it
Yeah.
is it worth it to get this or the PS5? Because like that's really all it's coming down to. Because like you're
Well,
paying the
the
same amount.
PS5 has no games, and this has the entire Steam library. So you already, by the time you buying this, you already have hundreds of games already on it.
Which is fair. That's a good point. But the
And on
same,
top of that, you got to remember, this isn't a console. This is a PC that you can take in your pocket. It comes installed with like with like a Linux operating system that runs Steam and stuff. But it's open source. You can just download Windows on this thing.
oh shit.
You
Yeah.
can download the Epic Game Store on this if you wanted. You could download GOG on it if you wanted. You could download emulators if you wanted. You can download Dolphin and play Metroid Prime. You can't do that on your Switch.
That's true. That is very true.
You know?
It's
I
really
wasn't
funny.
really thinking about all that, but that's a good point. I mean,
You
obviously.
know, I don't know how many AAA games I'll play in this, by the way, because things like Denuvo exist, so you can't really play those on the go unless
Yeah.
you want to bring a hot. You know, I remember Vita wanted to do like what 3G wherever you were.
Yeah.
That
I
was
think
weird.
it did have that or something. Or maybe that was one of the things they promised and that
They
didn't
promised it.
happen.
I believe it never ended up happening.
Right.
But yeah,
But-
this looks like it's. Did they? Is this just like kind of like previews of it? Like the just. Valve
It's
just-
available for pre-order right now.
Oh, cool. Okay. Do they
Right.
know, do they
I
expect?
don't know if it's like, still available because I'm pretty sure it's probably sold out by now.
Right.
Like you have to spend they force you to pay an extra like $5 just to reserve one. And the expanded order availability is until Q2 of 2022 right now.
Okay.
And
So it's
going
got some time
further.
left. It's got some time left before it's actually getting released.
No, basically if you wanted to buy one right now, you'd have to wait till Q2 of next year to get your hands on it.
Oh wow, because that's
But
how many.
Because they're doing this in order to, stop scalpers
Right.
from trying to resell it and stuff. by being like, yeah, anybody can pre-order it. You're just gonna have to be put on a wait list,
Okay, I get you.
which
I
is
get you.
what the PS5 and Xbox should be doing. Honestly,
Yeah, but
I mean, they're going so far as scalpers as like Valve is like going at eBay and being like, hey, you have to take down these listings stuff for people trying to resell it.
Right, because like I get it. People are trying to make money, and like it was COVID and everything with the Xbox and PS5, but like, what in what right
Nah,
mind? Like,
I don't have any fucking sympathy for these people
yeah,
because
no,
like the people who scalp shit are the people who already have money.
exactly.
It's like
It's
if you
like
already have enough money to buy shit tons of stock for this, especially since like most of that requires you to use like expensive software that you probably had to buy from somebody else, you know?
exactly.
Because
yeah.
I know you guys aren't smart enough to make it yourselves.
Yeah, because you're fucking buying it.
Yeah, because like the only people who are reselling this are people who are already, well off, and they're just doing this to get even more money. It's just
Yeah.
how capitalism works. You have to have money in order to get more money.
Which
I've
yeah.
done TF2 trading. I know how this all works.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just like, why would you? You're just fucking other people over. Pardon my French, but like,
For money.
it's
That's how capitalism works. The only way to make money is to fuck other people over. Otherwise, you're just like a slave with wages.
yes. And if I said everybody should get the same amount of pay, then we're a communist.
Yes.
Yeah.
uh, I don't know. It's I don't get why. Basically, I guess my finishing
Let's not
remark
get
would
into
be,
politics.
my
This
finishing
isn't
remark would
politics.
be
This
like,
is economics.
yeah.
I suppose, yeah, you're right.
Why would Sony and Microsoft just not do what Valve is doing right now? Is essentially what I'm trying to get at.
I think one Valve has Steam, and they sold electronics for Steam actually for a while now. They
Yeah,
have,
I think it's namely just because Valve is not worrying about retailers at all. They're not selling this at GameStop or anything. They're selling this entirely through Steam. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the only way you can order it. You can't order it anywhere else.
it might end up in electronic stores, but not primarily, I don't think.
Yeah, like I would imagine, like post-launch, like well after launch, if it becomes successful and they keep supporting it, I could see them doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways,
Switch having a competitor is kind of neat.
Yeah. Which, speaking of Valve supporting it, do you think Valve will actually support this one this time as opposed to abandoning it like most of their other hardware endeavors?
Well, that was just because nobody bought the Steam box. They've been supporting stuff like the Index, like their VR headsets. They're pretty
That's true.
like those get updated pretty regularly.
that could also be a factor that makes people reluctant about getting this. Now that you bring that up, because like if there's a
I think
lot
the
of people,
Steam boxes. I think Valve did all they could. It's just there was just no market for it.
Yeah.
Now, I think there'd be more of a market now with how much of a pain it is to like build your own PC. Like it was just like that was all Steam boxes were, just nice pre-built PCs. like
Yeah.
which was
Yeah.
convenient, but no one outside of enthusiasts would ever want to buy that really.
and at the same
Yeah.
time, the technology for PCs now then is drastically changed. So, I mean, because like when did the Steam box
To an
originally come
extent.
out?
About
Wasn't that long
16-ish.
Yeah, like there that
Yeah, I'd
was
say 2016. if I
that
had to
was
guess
the
around the year.
era that was the era of like when my graphics card came out, and now we
I mean,
have
yeah, if you mean like stuff's gotten more powerful and at this point it's already outdated, then
yeah.
Yeah, Steam box I don't think was easily customizable, for example.
See, if that was a selling factor of it, I would have probably picked up that thing a long time ago. Because like if you could upgrade it like a PC, but you already it's like synced with your it's made by Valve and it's synced with your kind of like how this is, then that would be like kind of a portable PC in a sense.
It's more portable than the average like gaming PC. It was just the size of like a console.
Right, exactly. But you would have the capabilities of a PC,
Yeah, yeah.
which would be
With more convenience of a console. It's Steam box was good in concept. There was just no market for it.
yeah.
Yeah. Which I
But-
think the Switch alone has proved that there is a market for this, I feel like.
Yeah, and
Yes.
this is like not carbon copy, but same like hard same direction of the
It's
Switch.
a Switch Pro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
It's well, speaking of like competition for Switch and stuff, I want to get into that discussion because I think that's a really interesting way to look at it because like in my eyes, it feels like this is probably going to kill Switch's third-party support,
it might.
you
I
know,
think Switch's third-party support, especially above the AAA sphere, was on its way out anyway.
to an extent, but this is like the
This is
you
the
know,
icing
last
on the
nail
cake.
and
This is the
yeah, this is
icing
the
on the
last
cake.
Yeah,
nail
yeah.
in the coffin, you know. Because like now it's like, okay, if I get a Steam Deck, it hooked up to my Steam account, I can just buy all the new games on PC and it will be with both my Steam Deck and my PC. And on top of that, it has a deck as well, a dock as well. So you can hook this up to your TV as well if you wanted to potentially play PC games on your TV. This is way more easier to do that instead of having to take your
Nice.
entire rig all the way over to like your other room where you have it, you know.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Or unless you're a lunatic, like a small majority
Like
of people
I
that
kind of feel
actually
like this even kills the indie market on Switch. You know, it's like why would you buy like like indie game on your Switch when you could buy it on Steam instead, and then play it on your Switch dock, or you know Switch deck, and then you know even when the Switch deck becomes obsolete and you stop using it because the hardware's like too old, it's still on your Steam library forever. You know, you
yeah.
can
Yeah.
still play it on your PC forever. You know,
Um, I think Switch, there's still some things like showing up
and
at
when
like
they
the
come out with
Nindy
the
showcase
Steam
is a
Deck
big
2, it can
deal.
be played on that as well, you know? Like,
Yeah.
think about it. Because it's an actual PC, and because it already is linked immediately to your Steam account, when they if this is successful and they inevitably do a Steam Deck 2 with better hardware and stuff, it's going to
Yeah.
be like 100% backwards compatible because all the old titles that were playable are going to already be on your Steam account, and it's
No,
going to go
as
forward.
via is backwards compatible as PCs, which is a bit of a crapshoot, but more than the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
That's yeah. I mean, this is a huge curveball from Valve
Just-
to specifically Nintendo because it kind of like directly takes the concept that they use and almost make it better in a sense.
yeah.
Just without
And
the without Nintendo games too, obviously, but
Yeah, like
the
obviously the big thing Switch has going over it still is the Nintendo first party exclusives, which is what most people usually buy Nintendo consoles for anyway,
right.
is the first party exclusives, which is honestly why I feel like the Wii U did so poorly is because it had a really weak exclusive lineup. Like think about it, there was no new Zelda game until the console was already dead,
Yeah, and all the
you
stuff that was
know?
on the horizon for Wii U is stuff that's like cool, like really good games, but not like big titles like what they had. They had like Bayonetta 2 and like Rayman Legends were their big on
Yeah.
the horizon like launch titles. Like those are like, yeah, those are
Yeah.
great, but
And a lot of the titles
oh,
that it got were just too few and far between, you know. And on top
yeah.
of that, it was also competing against itself with the 3DS, and the 3DS had a very similar library to it overall.
Yeah.
So most people just bought 3DSs and that, you know, fulfilled their Nintendo craving, and they didn't get bother with the Wii U.
You know,
But
if this Steam Deck really has like it really works with like the whole downloading Windows, downloading Dolphin, and doing like crazy stuff with it, this thing might hit it out the park. Like
oh yeah,
honestly, because like this thing has so much potential to just nail it out the park, but it also has so much potential to just completely tank. Like this thing needs to be quite literally
Yeah,
perfect when it
I
comes
need to
out.
I need to know like how's its ventilation, how's its
yeah. That's
battery.
honestly that's like
That's like
that's the
like
biggest
that could
concern for
kill it.
me. Is honestly the ventilation. You know, it's like, how do I know that when I'm playing like Doom Eternal that this isn't gonna melt my hands? How do I
Exactly.
know that
Yeah,
playing like a big AAA game on this isn't gonna give me third-degree burns?
I'm going to not hope for. See, think about also AAA games is they have Denuvo,
Yeah. Well, I'm not
so
even
if
worried about the fucking DRM shit, but you know, potentially I am worried about, um, you know, uh, frame rate issues. You know, it's like how well is it going to run these games? And I think for the most part, because honestly, I think this is what most people do with Steam anyway, is they usually just play indie games on it because not everyone has a like a big gaming rig where they can necessarily, play
Destiny 2,
See-
all the
Skyrim.
new
this
AAA
is
games. Well,
what
they can
this
all play
truly is.
Skyrim. Everything plays Skyrim. But like most people, like a lot of people will just have like regular old PCs that are more than good enough to play any indie game you want, but isn't
Yeah.
going to be able to play, Resident Evil 2 or 7 or 8 or, Doom Eternal or, the newest Call of Duty on the highest settings or whatever.
Yeah, what this really is the ultimate visual novel machine.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Visual-
There's just a lot of potential for this, and I hope it hits out the park because this looks. It'd make me more inclined to buy it for one. For two, it would be kind of cool that they actually made a portable PC, in a sense.
Yeah. I mean,
And-
they already had those with laptops, but
Yeah, but
I think
Yeah,
this is
since the 70s, but those aren't that.
Yeah, I think this is much more impressive than a laptop because I would be much more inclined to play video games on this thing than I would ever be to try to play a video game on a laptop,
And honestly, if we're talking about price range, you're not gonna get a laptop to play games for $600, $650. If we're going off of the highest priced version of this Steam Deck, like a
Mhm.
$650 laptop is got pretty crap like parts in it.
Well,
Like,
that's the thing. How good are the parts of this actually? Like,
It's stronger than the PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. But I
Okay.
don't think it's more powerful than like
the
the
new consoles.
PS5 or
Yeah,
Xbox Series
Well, yeah.
X.
I wouldn't
course.
expect
Obviously.
I wouldn't expect it to be.
I don't know exact power ranges. I've heard somewhere around it has 16% of the power the PS5 has, but I don't know if that's like 100% true.
You can't
That's
really
just
put these things
something
into
I've heard.
numbers that easily, honestly.
Yeah.
You can't say this. We
So
don't
I
have.
don't
We're
know
not
how
going by
true that
64
actually
bits
is.
anymore.
Yeah. But what was I thinking about
I don't know.
a second ago?
I don't know what you were thinking. I can't
Oh,
read your
right.
mind.
I wanted to circle back a little bit to the discussion with it being a competitor against the Switch. Namely, in that I've seen a lot of people saying, "Oh, it doesn't compete at all with the Switch," or it's like, "Oh, they're comparing it to like the Game Gear or other failure, competitor consoles compared to all the older Nintendo handhelds."
I think there is an argument to be made where like I don't think your average consumer knows about Valve as much as they do about Nintendo. I think there is an argument there.
I would disagree. Valve literally has a monopoly on PC gaming.
Oh yeah, but they don't have a monopoly on console gaming. In it. But yeah, but what were you saying? I think you had more of a point there.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear anything you said. My headphones got unplugged.
I was just kind of saying, well, they don't have like a monopoly on my console gaming. I like,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, you were going more on the Game Gear. Like,
Yeah, because like the thing is, the difference between this and the other ones is that the Game Gear and all those other ones were very much ahead of their times, where they had way better specs than Nintendo's console, but Nintendo did way better because it had better games. I don't feel like the Switch really has that against the Steam Deck because the Steam Deck, is for one, it's a PC, and it two links with your Steam account. So the people who are buying this are already buying effectively a handheld console that they already have hundreds of games on potentially.
yeah, it's kind of wacky.
Yeah. So, that's one thing that gives them a major edge over, the other companies who had tried to compete against Nintendo, because like that's the reason why they weren't successful. Because like, name a single good Game Gear game,
Sonic Triple Trouble, but that's besides the point.
It's like, why do you think the PSP was the only one that even stood a fraction of a chance against Nintendo? And they still lost handily, but they still did more than good enough to make slice, a good chunk of the pie out for themselves.
They had some games, yeah.
Because it had Daxter. And
I think
can't
also
think of any other PSP games. Oh, I guess it had Size Matters.
Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker.
Secret Agent Clank.
I think the PSP also came out at a perfect time where it was right before smartphones, so they actually could market stuff like, oh, you can watch movies on it.
That's true. It was a nut you could play with outside.
I mean, essentially, this console is just like a one-time buy if you really think about it. Because like any games you
That's
would
valid.
buy on Steam, you're buying on your computer and
Yeah.
this console now.
Yeah, which reminds me of what a similar thing the Vita did, because the Vita supported crossplay with a lot of its games, where some games would have like both a PS3 and a Vita version, and then you'd have crossplay between them, where you could basically, if you bought one copy of the game on one system, you'd get the other copy of the game on the other one as well.
Right.
Like PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale did this. I know Sly 4 did this, and I think a few other games. But if you bought like the PS3 or Vita copy, you'd get the other one for free that you could download, and you would share save files and stuff like that between the versions.
Okay.
And so this is effectively doing a very similar thing on a much larger and more effective scale, because it will
Hopefully.
link with your PC and your Steam account. And plus, on top of the fact that it is literally a portable PC, like I mentioned earlier, you can just download a fresh install of Windows on this thing and then just put whatever the fuck you want on it.
You know, us honestly could fucking put League on this maybe.
I don't know if you'd want to play League like this.
I mean, you could.
But it has a touchpad, so you can use that for the mouse. That's what the point of the
Yeah.
touchpad
Really
is.
off topic, but Boxbox the Riven main played League with a PS4 controller and hard carried. So, I mean,
Well, didn't they make Wild Rift just so you could do that?
yeah, you could play Wild Rift to be honest.
Yeah, because doesn't Wild Rift have a console port? Or at least they were planning
no
on giving it one?
idea. It's a good
Let's play
question.
Mobile Legends instead.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mobile Legends is the good League of Legends knockoff. I played that before Wild
As
Rift.
good as a
came
Yeah.
out.
League of Legends knockoff as you can get,
Yes.
considering League of Legends inherently is not good.
Yes. Anyways, circling back off League, back to Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, huge competitive scene for this console. I mean, like I said before, it has to really nail all the marks that they're selling on this, for me at least.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's effectively just a
All of
one-time
it
buy.
conceptually, but yeah, there is things that could totally break it. Like, like what if it
Yeah.
has shitty battery life? What if it has terrible ventilation issues? Stuff like that.
Yeah, if it gets like really, really hot when you're playing certain games, that could be a big issue. Because like even the Switch has that problems, because when the Switch is in handheld mode, it like caps the performance of stuff. No, because for one, it's only like going to a 720p screen, so they only have to, you know, put put it out on a 720p. But like the reason for that is when you actually put it in the dock and it's then going at full power, it gets really fucking hot in the dock.
And
You know?
it gets loud.
Yeah. So that's definitely something that I'm concerned with the Steam Deck. I imagine it has its own caps to make sure it doesn't get too hot. And I also imagine that there's probably ways you could, hack the system to like remove those caps. And then it would probably melt in your hands. So that might not be a good idea.
You know, I wonder if this is going to be a little bit bigger than the Switch. More of a kind of in between the Wii U tablet.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what the size.
Because
I'm sure they've put out the resolution.
But it's like at the same time, even if that guy read that, I feel like my brain wouldn't put it.
yeah, like personally, I wouldn't be able to like visualize that in my hand. But I got they gotta put some sort of effective cooling system in this, because that's probably gotta be one of their biggest concerns about this.
I know it has fans in it.
Well, yeah, they're gonna
Like
have
just
fans in
looking
it.
at it, it's got fans in the back and fans on the top. It looks like.
But how effective will they be? Is the question.
Yeah, honestly, I think the fact that it has a dock like the Switch makes it extremely interesting and cool. Just because it's like, even if you're a homebody who doesn't get out of their house much and wouldn't have that much reason to get this, just the fact that one, when you do go out, you could do it, like use it, and then two, you could get the dock and then hook it up to your like TV, and that way you don't have to either A, get a second PC rig to, if you wanted to ever play games on the big screen, on your TV, or pull your entire rig all the way down there.
Yeah, in my case, I would, if I had the money to just throw on this thing, I would put it in my room because my PC's in the
Well, you could
basement.
buy a Steam Link for $5 that just plays it on the TV. You could just do that.
That's true. That also works. But then you're streaming it, even
That's
though
true.
it's in your same house. But yeah, it's running it. So plus, then you also get the
True.
upside of having it, as well,
Oh yeah.
where the Steam Link would only be useful for that. This could be what the Steam Link's job, and also be a portable PC that you could take anywhere you wanted and play not only just your Steam library, but anything you could potentially throw on it.
Side
Well, all right. I think I've said pretty much all my fill for this.
Stick with a lot.
Pretty pumped for this.
Yeah. This is pretty exciting for me because I feel like I've been waiting for Valve to release this for years now.
Yeah.
Because I've been thinking about this like for the last like 4 or 5 years of like, when the frick is Steam gonna, release, a handheld console that I could play my Steam games on,
Very specific thought.
Yeah. I mean, I just knew. I knew they were like working on it, and here it is.
All right. Ricola, you got anything else you want to say on this?
And nothing more.
All right. You guys want to move on then?
Yeah,
Sure.
we can move on.
Sure. Let's move on to a glimpse of my childhood, Nickelodeon All Star Brawl.
Okay, this
Yeah.
this is actually exciting because Lucas, do you know who's developing this?
I have no idea.
Uh, the Slap City devs.
Let's go.
Yeah, so this is just gonna be Slap City 2 with Nickelodeon characters.
Let's go. We got Danny Phantom. We got SpongeBob. Those are two OGs right there. We got Ninja Turtles, and then I know I'm sure if anybody watches this video on YouTube, you're gonna be mad at me, but I do not know who those two characters in the top left are, and I can't put my finger on the name of the guy in the middle. But
Oh,
yeah,
well, the middle guy is Invader Zim.
okay,
Yeah.
He's
Top left
apparently
guy is
Yeah.
Powder Toast Man. He's from Ren and Stimpy.
okay.
And then the other middle guy is like Lincoln Loud. I don't
Yes,
know.
that's his
I've never
name.
watched that show,
Okay.
but I know it's all the rage right now with
Is it all the
people.
rage? That show aired like 6 years ago.
It's still on though, I'm pretty sure.
It is, yeah. Nickelodeon shows go for a while.
Yeah. I'm
Like,
still
damn,
right. I'm pretty sure it's one of their only like 3 shows they currently have running. I'm pretty sure.
They don't cancel shows that often, honestly. they got like half of them still running. They're just like unofficially canceled.
Right.
But
yeah.
what's this game about?
It's
Fighting
Smash
game.
Bros with Nickelodeon,
Yes, but more of a competitive focus.
which is
Like
weird.
we got wave dashing and L canceling and rollback netcode
Yeah.
and command grabs. See Patrick's aerial command grab. I can't wait to do that shit.
Yeah.
Patrick's gonna be a what's his face? The Pokemon from Incineroar. He's gonna be Incineroar. He's just gonna be a grappler, and he's just gonna be freaking crazy.
Yeah.
His emotes are just gonna be stupid lines from SpongeBob.
No, the most important thing about this, though, is that now that Smash gets final character, I have another game I can be excited over who's going to be in the roster. Like, oh man, gonna get Gibby for iCarly?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So like there is a couple of characters that have not been like 100% confirmed, but we can tell that they're in because their silhouettes are in the box art, that
Right.
they've
Yeah,
shown
we
off.
have Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah,
on
Ren and
there,
Stimpy's in there,
or,
which begs the question: are they going to be 2 separate characters, or are they going to work like Ice Climbers?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Because I could see it happening both ways.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't forget. Korra's undercover.
Yeah, and so is Aang.
Oh, was Aang undercover? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Um, before we go into like roster speculation stuff, I kind of want to talk about the art style and graphics for a few minutes, just because there's a few things that are like that feel a little off for me, and it's not like everything, but like some of the characters look fine in the 3D style that they have, and then others I feel like look really off. And I
Give me
don't
an
know if you
example.
guys I
Uh,
think
uh,
Danny Phantom looks really weird to me, but like SpongeBob looks
yeah,
fine.
I think Danny Phantom just a character who just doesn't translate well to 3D.
I kind of agree. He's very much like he needs to
Like,
be 2D hand
SpongeBob
drawn.
has had some ugly 3D renditions, but also they've had like 20 years to practice.
Yeah, and on top of that,
Let's do
SpongeBob
that
is
right.
just a you know a 3D enough character in his design.
Yeah, yeah. Danny
He is like
Phantom's
cute.
flat. Danny
Yeah,
Phantom would look better if it's like made of paper.
I mean,
yeah.
didn't they do some sort of game with Danny Phantom in it?
Oh, he's been in plenty. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
been in
he's had a
games,
couple of
but
games, yeah.
He just never has
but
looked right. Like I just
But I'm
looked
pretty
up
sure most of those were like handheld sprite games.
right. I mean, he's
he's
never
been in
looked
like
good
some
in a
other like
game.
crappy Nick crossover games. This I have more faith in than like most of like the crappy Nick crossover games, mainly because of the devs. Like
Yeah.
Ludosity's actually great. They made some great games. I love Princess Remedy. They made It'll Do. Obviously Slap City.
Mhm.
Yeah, everyone else looks kind of fun to me. I don't know. Danny
Yeah.
Phantom, yeah, I think he just character just doesn't translate that well.
Yeah, but I do wonder if the game overall would have looked better if instead of going through a 3D designs, they instead just went for 2D hand-drawn look, you know, because they could have done that, you know.
I don't know.
There's
Yeah,
lots of Smash Bros. Clones that are not in 3D, and
yeah,
like
like
they could have
Brawlhalla.
done, yeah, and they could have done like a hand-drawn like visual style, somewhat similar to like, kind of like how Hollow Knight has a hand-drawn style, or the newer Shantae games,
Yeah,
where the
yeah,
sprites aren't pixel art but they're hand-drawn,
Right.
and I think that could have looked really good. That way, they could have also kept every single character in their exact art style as well.
but maybe they just because Slap City was 3D, they just wanted to play it
Yeah.
safe. Or maybe that's
I,
kind of
I I
thought.
only really mention this just because of the fact that you're working with properties that every single one of these are 2D hand-drawn shows.
Yes.
It's like, and then you decide to make them all 3D.
Um.
But they got Riptar in this.
Yeah, Reptar. I'm not even a big Rugrats fan, but Reptar is awesome.
Yeah. Oh, and Cat Dog is in this for some reason.
That's the weirdest choice. Man, if we don't get Jenny from My Life as a Teenage Robot, I'll be pissed that Cat Dog
Yo,
got in over her.
Yeah,
honest,
me too. For
honestly,
facts, facts.
honestly, l- on, like
Cat
for
Dog.
this, let's just do our predictions on the characters that are gonna be in this game. Like just
Oh,
quick
predictions?
quick rundown of who we think is gonna actually be in the final game.
Oh, there's gonna be more SpongeBob characters we haven't seen. That's fucking
Oh
happening.
yeah, I
Sandy
bet Mr.
fucking
Krabs are gonna
Cheeks,
be in.
Sandy Cheeks.
She's already confirmed, isn't she?
Oh yeah. We have
Yeah.
SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy confirmed.
Yeah,
What
I'm
about the
pretty. I imagine we're gonna get Squidward and Krabs as well,
what
Yeah,
about
that'd be fun.
the
because SpongeBob is effectively Nickelodeon's Mario.
yes?
So
Yes.
What about
yeah,
the muscular crab, the muscular lobster?
Larry the Lobster.
he'll be an assist
it-
trophy.
No, I heard people saying all the assist trophies should be Nick Jr. characters like Dora.
That'd be terrible.
No, they're Nickelodeon characters. They deserve it.
Is Jimmy
Imagine
Neutron
if,
gonna be in this?
yeah, actually, I'm surprised Jimmy Neutron and Timmy Turner for Fairly Odd Parents haven't been confirmed.
I'm sure they're in. They just haven't been
Oh yeah,
showed off yet. Like, I'd be very surprised if they didn't get in. And I'm
yeah,
sure like
no,
Arnold from Hey Arnold
yeah,
will
because
get
we're
in.
getting Helga. So.
Yeah, I
It
don't
was
know why they
weird.
decided to show Helga first and not Arnold.
So they can have the Arnold reveal trailer at E3.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just so funny to me. I don't know why.
I do wonder how many Avatar characters we'll get though.
Aang.
Because
That's
we're
it.
Yeah,
getting
Avatar's
Korra
pretty great
and
now, still.
Aang. I really hope we get Zuko. It's like if we don't get Zuko, come on.
Yeah, he's probably the most likely aside from anyone else. So really, yeah. If we get any other characters, I think it would be him.
Yeah.
I mean, is Zuko the most like iconic character though?
Yeah.
Probably the most popular.
I'd say he's like the most iconic character from Avatar besides, Aang himself.
Yeah. In terms of popularity, he's up there.
Yeah.
I never sat down and watched Avatar.
It's
I've
good.
watched it through and
It's
through.
really
amazing.
good.
Yeah, it's honestly technically one of my favorite animes because it is animated.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider it like a Japanese anime, you know.
It's not an anime, it's just a cartoon that obviously takes an anime style
Yeah,
and it's
like Teen
inspired by
Titans.
anime. Yeah, or Kappa Mikey.
That doesn't count. That's not real. That he's gonna be in, by the way.
Yeah, he totally is.
I heard someone say he's gonna be the anime sword fighter.
Yeah. Are we gonna get the other guy from Invader Zim though? I can't
Watch
remember his
Invader
name.
Sim, I'll be real.
I haven't watched Invader Zim either. Like, I'm sure we'll get the other two Ninja Turtles though, because they've shown Leonardo and Michelangelo, so I'm sure we'll get Raphael.
Yeah, not having all four would be a bit weird.
Yeah. But will we get Shredder as well?
We need to.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Shredder's gonna be like the Ridley. It's too big.
I'm kind of amazed they actually put Powdered Toast Man in.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea. Like,
It would be a travesty if we didn't get Ren and Stimpy, of course. But I'm kind of surprised they actually bothered to put Powdered Toast Man in as well.
Isn't he like a one-off character? Is he
He
even
probably
like?
was. I don't know. I haven't seen that much Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, I've seen it in pieces. Like I've watched it like occasionally and been horribly disturbed. Um, it is a bizarre choice,
Yeah.
but a
Are we
welcome
gonna
one.
get any other Rugrats characters besides Riptar?
Maybe they just didn't want to have people beating the shit out of babies.
Well, you do that in Mario Kart.
True, true. You do, Angelica. I assume a lot of people would probably want to punch, so you can add her.
Yes, I would love to punch Angelica.
That's terrible.
When I was younger, she was a bitch.
She wasn't real.
She was real on the fucking weekends when I would wake up and watch Rugrats, and that bitch was on the TV. Pardon my French for anybody who's watching, but jeez. She could get taken out of that show, and I would not care. Anyways,
Then there wouldn't be an antagonist.
she really is the
No.
antagonist of that whole show.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
try-
Actually, when is this coming out? I actually can't remember release date. They give a projection.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I don't think they've announced like a release date yet. But like the real question is, which franchise is gonna be the Fire Emblem? Where it's
Loud
like
House.
if
Loud House. We're gonna get all
yes,
the
I was
sisters.
about to say that too. Because it's like if SpongeBob is Mario and then like Avatar is like Zelda, then which one is Fire Emblem? And it's like that would have to be the Loud House, right?
Yeah, because that will get like 10 characters.
Yeah.
If they add any more of the sisters, then they have to add them all.
Yeah. Because don't they already have 2 Loud House characters?
Yeah, we have Lincoln and Lucy.
Yeah.
that's her name.
Yeah.
So we gotta get all the rest. I think there's 10 of them.
Yeah, something like that.
So there you go. Look forward to their reveal trailers at E3 2022.
Yeah.
If they try to do hype reveal trailers for this, it'll be the funniest thing ever because people really will be hyped for a Jimmy Neutron trailer, let's be real.
they
Yeah.
would.
No, it's gonna
Honestly,
be Jimmy Neutron, but then Hugh Neutron. is gonna kick him down.
Jimbo.
Yeah, he's gonna. Yeah. Jimmy Neutron's gonna be the Crom, where he instead of getting him, it's his dad. But in reverse, where
would
instead of
s-
Crom getting in, it's Lucina, but instead of Jimmy getting in, it's Q.
I feel like I would be unironically hyped for that. Like I'm
Yeah.
not
Jimmy
banking on that game to
Neutron.
come out, or yeah, I'm not banking on them to Jimmy Neutron to be in a fighting game. But if it did get announced,
Oh, Jimmy Neutron's getting in. He's gonna get in. Don't worry.
Yeah, there's no way he's not.
oh my
He's
goodness.
we haven't seen him on the cover, but he's happening. He's
So
like
now I'm
I
officially.
imagine where he's gonna play like Mega Man.
he's gonna use
You
his
know?
dog. Yeah.
Yeah, that will be like his recovery, and like all his attacks will be like range
Uh-huh.
something.
I mean, what would what would his moveset be though? Like what?
He'd be Mega Man.
He sticks his dogs on people and shoots you with lightning.
Something like that.
He's
I
Mega
give him like a
Man
little
and Ness.
blaster he made
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my biggest thing. Like his
that
arm
shoots
blast,
lemons.
his
No,
pea
yeah,
shooter.
but no, he'll have like a gun that he invented that like literally shoots lemons.
Oh, that'd be great. That would be great. I would I
Back
would
to playing
definitely.
Slap City. This just reminded me how good that is because like Ludosity is great. I'm really excited for this just because they're making it.
Yeah, honestly, I would pay money for that.
I would too. Yeah, he's gonna be the DLC. Who's your most
Another
wanted
game
unrealistic?
showing up PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale.
We're gonna get crap.
Yeah, Crash is gonna get a new cartoon show on Nickelodeon, and then he's gonna be DLC for this game.
Just imagine it.
But yeah,
Oh, I was just thinking of that Mega Man show, but that was on like Disney XD, I think. That's
Yeah,
terrible.
that was
weird Mega Man show.
terrible. And it's not, and it's for anyone listening, it's not the Mega Man show you're thinking of. It's the new one that no one's heard of.
exactly.
Yeah, it's really weird.
That's why you can't
Yeah,
think of it right
it's like
now.
it's Mega Man powered up or something like that.
There's also
Like,
Pac-Man and
Google
Ghostly
it.
Adventures, which is Disney, I think, sadly. So we can't
Yeah.
get bad Pac-Man.
Even
Oh,
though
but you know what's gonna happen? Disney's gonna see this, decide we can do this. They're gonna do a Disney version of Smash Bros. And it's gonna actually have Sora in it.
Oh yeah, because they own him. Yes, that would be genius.
that would be 100 IQ.
Yeah, that's happening now.
No, then we gotta just wait for, Cartoon Network All-Star Brawl. No, they would be like,
Yes.
it wouldn't be All-Star Brawl. It would be like, I want to talk about the title really quick because it's like, it's Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. They were like, we can't decide whether we want to rip off PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale name or Smash Brothers name. So let's just do both at the same time.
So neither can sue.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
actually genius.
It's the most generic name they could have picked.
Yeah. Okay, but now let's go in the hypothetical universe where instead of it was a Nickelodeon Smash Bros. Clone, it's a Cartoon Network Smash Bros. Clone. What's the roster for the Cartoon Network?
Well, Scooby-Doo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shaggy, obviously. But
yeah.
he would be.
Oh, Shaggy would be so OP though.
He'd be severely underpowered in this game.
Yeah.
He would be
Nice.
nerfed.
Back in the topic of Nickelodeon one, but I saw a tweet the other day. You know, Melee has 20XX, where it's a hypothetical future where Fox movement is perfected.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have for Nickelodeon. I saw someone say we're gonna have one where Squidward movement is perfected, and it will just be called a future. or Cartoon Network. Damn, I don't know. Powerpuff Girls stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Freaking.
We're gonna get
Adventure
both
Time.
Teen Titans types.
It would
We're
have.
gonna get both.
I can't
yeah.
believe I'm forgetting their names. The guys from Adventure Time.
And Jake.
Adventure
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah.
Finley Human and Jake.
Yes. We're gonna get them obviously for the Cartoon Network.
And we'll get
game.
who
That's
was
gonna
it?
come out in
Fiona
2
and
years.
whatever will be Echo Fighters.
Yes.
Yeah.
My goodness. I'm just getting flashbacks from my childhood of all these cartoons I watched.
Question. So if they did the Cartoon Network one, would which Teen Titans would we get both the original and Go or just Go?
I think they would focus on the original.
You
Really?
think so? Yeah, you think so?
I think they would.
Oh,
I don't know. It depends on what the executives have to say about it. But the developers
Yeah.
would obviously pick the original.
okay.
But look, they're gonna do Boast of Worst Worlds, where they're gonna have the entire Teen Titans cast, but half of them are their incarnations, and the other half are the original.
It's like the me costumes where it's like every direct you wait for like who's getting executed next. Who will
Yeah,
be in
no, it's
Go?
like the Zelda characters in Smash, where they're all from different Zelda games. Where you got Breath of the Wild Link with A Link to the Past Zelda with Ocarina of Time Ganondorf.
Yes. I can't wait for this game that doesn't exist now.
Oh yeah,
I want to play as Courage the Cowardly Dog and scream at people.
That'd be great.
They just have that the villain for Titans Go, where his superpower is just being British. You know that villain?
that's a terrible superpower.
Like,
I'd be more
he's
afraid
like,
of someone whose power is being French.
he looks like Austin Powers. He's like he's wearing like a jacket with like Jack on it, and he's like his only power is he's being British. And he's like one of the main villains of the original series.
Was Chowder from Cartoon Network?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he'd be in the Cartoon Network one.
Yes.
His like final smash would be he'd break the fourth wall, and then the entire game crashes,
Oh my goodness.
Uninstalls.
and then everyone dies, and then it just goes back.
And you have to reopen the game, and everyone's dead.
It's like that one episode of Family Guy where the apocalypse happens. They just wake up and it's like everything's burned down. Nobody's there.
You know, that's the thing about this Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl is we can't get live action characters because of like likeness rights, so we won't get George Lopez. That's just tragic. I want to play as George Lopez at Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl. Can you just imagine this game if it had the George Lopez theme? Because you know what I'm talking about, right?
I think I
Yes,
know.
I've watched the George
The
Lopez show.
that one. The 3 a.m. song. No, maybe we can get stages from live action shows, so we can still get
Oh,
that
yeah.
song in there.
That does
We'll get
really beg the question is like, what stages are we gonna get?
like got 5 SpongeBob ones already, I think. Oh yeah, stages. Damn, I don't know.
We're gonna get a Rocco's Modern Life rep. That was
Oh,
Nickelodeon,
yeah.
right?
Yes, it was, and that just got a Was it a full-on reboot, or was it just like a?
I think it was
thing?
just a special. I think it was
Okay.
just like a one and done special.
Okay. Yeah, give that some representation. Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Anything more anyone has to say on the Nickelodeon All Stars, PlayStation All
Honestly,
Stars Battle Royale?
I'm surprised we talked this much about it, but
No, I'm
No.
not.
It's genuinely an exciting announcement.
Yeah.
So
It's a
that'd be
discussion piece. It's like Smash Bros. You can just discuss about it endlessly because it has endless possibilities.
which is true. And I'm not complaining that we talked this much.
Yeah.
But
Like let's be real here. This is gonna be really successful, and then we're gonna get Capcom versus Nickelodeon All Stars.
Battle Royale.
Shit.
Yeah.
Featuring
We're gonna have
Dante from the Devil May Cry.
Capcom versus
Yeah.
Marvel. You know, Marvel's charging too much for the licenses, and now we're gonna have to go over to Nickelodeon.
And don't
Oh,
forget,
just imagine Dante killing like fucking loud.
Leon fighting Ren and Stimpy.
Mega Man versus Jenny. Like this is all. We need this all happening.
Yeah.
but yeah, I definitely have said my fair share for this topic.
any Darkstalkers character fighting any Nickelodeon character.
Oregon versus SpongeBob.
Oh my goodness.
It's good.
This is this bit is the one that's going to kill me. This is our best bit yet. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is pretty great.
SpongeBob.
You know, I feel like we deserve a much bigger audience that we currently have with how good our discussions are.
Yeah, we definitely have some top quality discussions, but nobody watches.
Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. The next
Let's move
topic,
on to a drier topic. Yeah.
Yeah.
which is let me pull this up.
Persona 25th anniversary.
Ah, yes, yes.
So basically, they made an announcement saying that they are going to make announcements in the future for Persona, because that's how Atlas works. They announced that they will announce something in the future.
It's really funny.
Yeah, but one of these is gonna be Persona 6, like 100%, pretty much. As for when Persona 6 will actually come out, I'm guessing 2028.
That's yes. With how long Persona 5 took. Although they could do like a Persona 4 route where they've been like kind of half working on it and it comes out pretty soon.
Yeah. It
Oh,
depends on how drastic they want to have a style change, you know? Because Persona
Yeah.
4 stylistically wasn't that big
It
of a
reuses a lot of
three.
assets.
Yeah.
The dungeons especially.
hmm And that's namely why they were able to get it out so fast. But yeah, well, so they could do something where it's a faster turnaround, and then Persona, like, what is it? 7 is going to take 12 years to make.
Yeah. But that go either way.
Yeah, but specifically, they said they were going to make what, 6 or 7 announcements? Was
7
it
announcements.
7 announcements? And one of them will be Persona 6. The other ones will probably be Persona 5 spinoffs. I'm guessing at least one of them is going to be a new Persona fighting game.
Yeah, I'm hoping for Persona 5 Arena. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Want to punch Morgana in the face.
What I think they'll do if they do a new Persona fighting game is that they'll actually include all of the characters from all the past Persona games.
They actually, well, Persona 4 Ultimax does it. It has Persona 3 characters.
Yeah, but I mean more. I also mean not just like 5, 4, 3, and 1.
And 3. Oh, include 1 and 2 as well.
Yeah, at least some characters from 2. Maybe not necessarily 1 because like nobody
See,
cares about Persona 1.
see, Persona 4 Arena had a weird obsession of keeping it canon. Like
Yeah.
that game is totally canon and a full-on sequel to like 3 and 4. So I don't know if they can include characters from like 2. Because I don't know, see, I haven't played 2, but this might be a spoiler, I don't know if it is, but I think like half of them don't exist by the end of the game. I think they're erased from existence. So who knows how that will go.
Well, then you only have to bring back the characters that weren't erased from existence.
That's true.
There you go.
But
But isn't like Persona 5 Scramble also technically canon as well?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because they like for some reason they demand that all of their
The
spin-off.
dancing games are canon. The Q is all the both of the Q games are canon.
Yeah.
The Q games take place. There's one part in 3 where there's like a storm in your character, and like you just miss like a week in game for no reason because there's a storm. It takes place during that missing week. um,
Boy, both Q1 and 2 take place during that singular week.
I don't know about 2, but I bet it does. I haven't played 2. 2. No, yeah, what other announcements? Do you think 1 and 2 will be getting any love?
I could see them getting some love.
I
The
can
fact
see
that
like
they bothered to actually acknowledge them.
Yeah, they were in the official art.
But
That's
let's
the first time we got art that been like
yeah.
this.
What's the primary color for 6 gonna be? I'm guessing green.
Green. Yeah, green's the only color left.
Yeah.
1 is purple, 2 is orange, 3 is blue, 4 is yellow, and 5 is red. So yeah, we gotta do like green or something.
Yeah.
Maybe purple. No, I know 1's purple. Never mind.
Yeah.
So
hmm
yeah, and it's hard to say anything about Persona 6 because yeah, no clue what the hell they're doing with it. There will be high school and social
People,
links.
yeah. People who loved Persona 5 are going to be like, it's a JRPG, so it's bad because it's not a JRPG that's specifically Persona 5.
Persona 5 fans love Persona 4.
Nah. I don't know if that. I feel like most of them haven't actually gone back.
So, I can see like a port of like the PSP versions of like say like 1, because I haven't seen like a port in like a decade.
Yeah,
So
I could potentially say that. I feel like they'd want to do 3 or 2 before 1 though.
oh, I'm not saying a full remake. It already has a remake on PSP. I'm saying just re-releasing
Yeah.
that remake. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Persona 3
potentially.
remake is probably, if we're gonna see a full-on remake of anything, it's probably gonna be that Persona 3 remake.
Yeah. Well, I meant more so porting the
Oh
other
yeah, yeah.
games. Yeah.
I think Fez is just a matter of time because we have Golden on Steam now. I think it's a matter of time until Persona 3 Fez ends up on Steam.
Yeah. Honestly, I think 3 needs a full-on remake to fix some of the issues it has, namely with having 2 different versions with drastically different content in them. To have one
Yeah,
unified singular version that has everything done correctly and also smooths out a few of the more obnoxious mechanics in the game
yeah.
that are just inherently not fun, you know?
Not controlling your party is weird. I get some people are chill with it. It's fine for the most part until you get to like one of the more brutal bosses, and your party members just won't do what you want them to.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see just ability to just play like Persona 3 with that.
hmm
Also, the ability to play as the girl main character and actually walk around.
Yeah.
Because there's no HUD in the PSP
Honestly,
version.
this is a bit random, but they kind of need to do the same thing with Sonic Unleashed to a
Uh,
lesser extent, because there wasn't really anything in the Wii version that you necessarily need to bring forward.
I know some people like the level design more.
But they definitely need to, actually re-release Sonic Unleashed in HD and
God,
stuff.
could you imagine playing that game in high frame rate?
Yeah.
It'd be mystical.
I cannot imagine myself playing Sonic Unleashed in high frame rate.
Oh, man, I
It's
played
crazy
that
how
last.
many ports that game got because
Yeah,
it came out on like the 360 and PS3, but then it also had a Wii port, and then the Wii port also had a PS2 port.
and don't forget the Nokia phone ports.
Yeah.
But I don't know what else Persona would do.
Yeah, I imagine we're gonna get a few more Persona spin-offs. Maybe it will be a smaller one of the announcements will just be like a smaller thing, like I don't know, a Persona theme in like Tetris 99 or something dumb like that.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't say the scale of these announcements. It could be like, oh, we're releasing a new poster.
They're
You can order.
announcing that Persona 4 Golden is gonna be compatible with the Steam Deck, even though everyone already knew it would be.
Persona 4 Golden going on sale will be one of the big announcements. But yeah,
Yeah,
anything else to say? I don't know what else
nah.
the atlases are up to.
We'll just have to discuss what they announce when they announce it.
Yep.
At least more in depth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
All right, what's our
Um,
Yeah.
next topic?
Final Fantasy 14 is so popular that they had to stop selling it.
It ran out of
Oh.
digital copies of a video game.
Yeah.
Ah,
This is less of a topic and more of a funny story that I wanted to talk about because it was funny.
is it as funny as Final Fantasy XIV's housing crisis it already has, where there's not enough houses for players to buy?
Yeah, so they had to make cheap apartments that are in like a void space.
I own Final Fantasy XIV. I haven't played too much of it. I'm in a funny Lalafell. I'm playing as a bard. We should play Final Fantasy XIV sometime when it's viable again.
I think
Yeah,
I've
I
only
think it's
played Final
already
Fantasy
viable
15.
again, right?
Yeah.
Because basically what happened was they had to do server maintenance because the servers were getting overloaded because too many people were playing / buying the game. So they stopped selling the game. So people would stop buying it and then joining the servers, which were already too full.
Right.
They had to add more servers.
Final Fantasy XIV's weird. It's probably like it's weird to think about it. It is like the only successful MMO since WoW.
Yeah, honestly, like at this point,
Honestly,
it
yeah.
feels like almost as big as WoW was at its height. At this
Right.
point,
The Blizzard's like scared of it. Did you see their latest survey? Blizzard asked if you play Final Fantasy XIV. That's like the first ever time apparently Blizzard's ever acknowledged another MMO.
yeah, they should be scared.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I mean,
Blizzard should learn to fear more.
I've honestly been watching a couple videos of this game, and
14's great. It's
yeah,
fun.
it looks great.
It's free to play
Yeah,
until level whatever the hell. We should play it sometime. Party with me. I play as a funny tiny bard named Kulu Kululu.
Kululu.
Yeah, because you could choose lore friendly names. So I was like, oh, I gotta. All the Lalafells, which are like the funny little Yordle race,
Yeah.
chorus. I gotta play as them.
Mhm.
They got funny names.
So wait, you can basically pick your race and then have the game pick a lore friendly name for it.
Like, yeah, named everything, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What class would you play though, Lucas? That is the question.
Well,
I play
what
Bard.
what are the classes?
Standard,
It's
like,
like
Final Fantasy classes.
it's like every job from Final Fantasy games, pretty
You ever
much.
played oh, I don't know if you played a Final Fantasy game.
Although not all of them work like how they necessarily
Yeah,
would work in
Bard
the
is more of
previous
an archer who plays support music during battle.
Yeah. But like I know the Sage job is very different from the Sage job in like Final Fantasy 3.
Yeah.
Because the Sage in Final Fantasy 3 was the ultimate spellcaster who could cast all types of magic and was very proficient in all of them. But this one is like a healer that also does like weird Irelia shit.
I think it's one of the spin-offs of White Mage.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know, Lucas, what role would you play? You notice MMO roles, DPS support tank.
Oh,
Well, let's go from there.
Probably DPS.
Okay.
You
So you got
gotta
like
pick the Geomancer. Pick up rocks
Ninja.
and throws them
See,
at people.
Samurai is the best if you never want to acknowledge that you have teammates. I don't think he has any supporting abilities. He just punches the enemies with his sword. And you got ninja and shit. Monk. Monk punches things.
You see, Monk, because of League, I play Lee Sin. I feel like I just obligated to do it.
Yeah,
But
that's fair.
At the same time, I feel like I've played Monk in other games, like a Monk class, and I just feel like just kind of underpowered in my opinion. All Monk classes I've played as so far.
Well, monks with like balance wise are always like, for some reason, whatever a game has a monk job or whatever, it's
They're more
always
neutral
either
and everything. Like
no, they're either stupid OP or complete dog shit, and there's no
oh,
middle ground ever.
I think in 14 they are the neutral DPS, so like they kind of do a bit of everything. They're like almost like a beginner like DPS, like they kind of just do everything.
okay, so that's what I figured. Okay, yeah, so maybe not Monk. I definitely think I'd go for like, is that Geomancer like an actual character or an actual
Yeah,
class?
your class.
Does it work the same way you described it?
Well, how the Geomancer is that they are spellcasters who cast magic based around the environment,
Okay.
basically. So I don't know exactly how it works in Final Fantasy 14, but in Final Fantasy 3, the Geomancer job, what it did was you would cast a random magic spell, and what spell you cast would be determined on what area you're currently in.
Right. Okay.
So the Geomancers in 14 will just cast like magic based around their environment and stuff, which a lot of times, if you're in a rocky area, will involve rocks floating out from the ground and then being flung towards enemies.
I mean, that sounds pretty fun to me.
Yep.
I get to crush my enemies with rocks. Sounds like a great way to stay in shape. But yeah, I mean, is it how much does the game cost?
Free.
It's free. Oh, maybe I'll have
It's
to check
free
it out.
until like level 60. Level 60, I think it's $60 then,
Damn.
which is like 50 hours though, like or more.
Okay, I got you.
Or until you enter the expansion area. I think you have to pay to enter the DLC area, which
Yeah.
I think is like really high level anyway.
So you might as well get like. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, just don't break the rules, otherwise you'll get thrown in jail.
There is an actual jail that you get sent to. You don't get banned. They get put you in a prison with like cells.
Yeah, and then you have to wait there for like 14 hours before they unban you.
They have actual like players that show.
Yeah.
11 had that as well. Okay. Oh well, who are you playing then, Jessica? I got. You're gonna have to be the obligatory white mage, all right?
Yeah. There you go.
But yeah, 14. I should play it more. Just play it sometime. Let me know if you ever want to play it. I'll reinstall it.
Maybe I'll check it out on my own and then I'll let you know. Just so
You gotta
I'm
be in the
not-
same server though. But before you play it, tell me what server you're joining because you have to select the server when you make an account.
Oh, okay, so I have to make sure I
And
select
I
that
don't.
one.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's easy to change.
Okay, I got you. It'll probably be a
So
matter of downloading it then when I get the chance.
Yeah, just let me know. Like I'd get into it if I had people to play it with.
Yeah, that's
I
the
played it
same.
with
It's the same thing with WoW for me. Like I love like the World of Warcraft and like that Warcraft like universe.
Yeah.
I guess you could say, game universe. But like the RTS version for me. Like when it comes to Warcraft, because I just don't have people to play World of Warcraft with, and I don't want to spend money on something I'm not gonna play with friends, unless it's an actual like story game that I'm interested in, like an Assassin's Creed game. Just as a random example. Like World of Warcraft is a massive MMO. I know massive is already in the name MMO, but it's huge. And
Yeah.
I that's like the game that you want to play with friends, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
But also I have this stigma around it because everybody says you play World of Warcraft, you live in your parents' basement. So
True though. I mean, you play League though, so.
I mean,
Yeah, that's worse.
yeah, but yeah, maybe I'll check it out and then I'll give you a holler if I actually like it.
Yeah, just yeah. Let me know just so we pick the same server.
Right. Actually, yeah, I'll have to tell you regardless.
Yeah, fun little discussion about Final Fantasy 14, even if it's tangential. I mean, do we even have any more topics after this?
Yes,
Yeah, we
do.
did.
One
Okay.
more.
Oh yeah. I think I missed
Yeah.
it.
Last topic. The Crowsworn Kickstarter.
Yes.
It's
We
going
talked
on.
about this before, yes?
Yes. This was like we talked about it like in the middle of stream 3, but you don't have to bother going back for that because we're just gonna talk about it now. It's awesome. The Kickstarter for it is going on right now. Basically what it is it's a Metroidvania like Bloodborne and Hollow Knight, namely. We play as like a vampire Van Helsing dude who's also like a crow, and he's got a scythe and dual wields pistols. It's the
So how
dopest
do you be a
shit
vampire
ever.
and Van Helsing?
Van
That's
Helsing is a
cheating.
vampire.
No, he's
No,
not.
He's
What?
a
Yeah,
vampire hunter.
Yeah, he's
no,
a vampire.
he's a
hunter.
vampire hunter who's also a vampire.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
He's a werewolf.
No.
What?
The Van Helsing in the movie, he's a werewolf.
The movie. I'm talking
I'm
about the
talking
anime.
I'm talking about the book. The book. The
We're
book
all talking about
Dracula?
different things
He's from
here.
the
I'm
book.
talking about the anime. In the anime, he's a fucking vampire who's also a vampire hunter.
Oh no, that's Alucard.
Yeah, Alucard is
Hels-
that.
In the
But
anime,
the
Helsing's
anime is
is a
called
lady.
Helsing.
Yeah, that's a lady. She's one of the main characters.
Ah, who cares?
Van Helsing is a character from Bram Stoker's 1800s novel. Who's just an old guy who's a vampire hunter.
Well, when I said Van Helsing looking motherfucker, I meant Alucard from the Helsing anime.
And isn't that Castlevania?
What? What's happening? I'm so confused.
No, there's an Alucard in Castlevania.
There is, yes.
Okay.
It's
Alucard
Dracula
is like,
back. Okay, I'm gonna blow your mind, Lukos. Spell Alucard backwards.
It's Dracula. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No one.
What did this turn into?
I don't know. That was a mess. That was a comedy.
It doesn't matter. What it matters is if you're listening to this right now and you haven't heard about this game, you need to check it out. And more importantly, you need to back it on Kickstarter
Give
so
them
you
their
can reach the
money.
next two Kickstarter goals. Because then my Kickstarter reward will get higher tier. Because I went for like the really big $200 one. Specifically, it's like the $275 Canadian one, but I only paid like $218 American because American money goes farther in Canada. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got the reward that I get a physical copy, a digital copy, the beta builds, digital art book, digital art paper, and soundtrack, and then a physical art book and a plush of the main character.
Which I really want the plush, but I don't want to.
That's also looking motherfucker.
Yeah. But I really want them to hit the next two tiers because that means they get 2 extra areas in the game, and also I'll get a steelbook case with my physical copy, and the plush will have a gun accessory.
God. Oh yeah. Okay, man. I'm donating like $5 for this now. I want to
Yeah.
see a plush gun in real life.
Okay, how long is this Kickstarter going on for?
It's going on for like another 20 days, so by the time you're probably listening to this, so it's probably about like 19 days left.
Okay.
Keep in mind, it's already at like, well overfunded. Like it's just doing the, so the game's happening and it looks awesome. But more importantly, the last Kickstarter goal they just hit was Crow Cart.
Oh my goodness.
So
Hey,
make
Crow
sure
Cart
you
rule.
back the Kickstarter because only people who backed the Kickstarter are getting Crow Cart, I'm pretty sure.
Oh fuck. Oh okay. I'm backing. I want to play indie Bloodborne cart.
Yeah. And they
It's
already
from
have the
software
demo out
forever.
for Crow Cart, where they're showing it off.
That's great.
And it looks amazing. This game looks so dope. Like, it's so up my alley, it's not even funny.
Yeah, I cannot wait for this game. But, man.
I'll take a look at the Kickstarter after this. No, I want to play Crow Cart.
Yeah. It looks so cool. It's gonna come out like in like 2023 probably, I think. I think that's the planned release date.
Oh, that's a little bit of ways from right now.
Yeah, because keep in mind, it's just the Kickstarter, so I'm assuming all they even have built right now is presumably a vertical slice of the game.
Right.
Obviously, that could be more than just that, because what they've shown off so far does look pretty polished
Right.
in terms of the Kickstarter. But,
Yeah.
like I said, that could just be a vertical slice of the game.
Honestly, yeah, well, we saw, what was it, Stream 3 back when we first started, pretty much the first couple streams we were doing this. Like, we were talking about this game, and what they showed off from that trailer, man, that looked great.
Yeah.
Like, they've obviously done more to the game since then. Like, I
Yeah.
wonder.
So if that's just like the like early prototype build, and it's gonna get polished up a bunch more by the time it like launches. It's gonna look even better, and I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exciting.
I feel like this is gonna be one of those games that even if people don't like this genre necessarily, it's gonna look cool. Like there's gonna be
Oh yeah.
like this
It's
game
gonna be
is.
cool.
I honestly can't wait to play this.
Yeah. I'm excited too, and hopefully it doesn't disappoint me because I've already spent over $200 on it.
Hey, at least you have some cool stuff to look back on.
Yeah. No, it's just gonna be really this really better not disappoint me because I already bought like the expensive art book and plush. And an
It's the
extra
danger of Kickstarter games.
yeah. But like the reason why I feel confident enough backing it is because of the fact that they have a trailer that looks really good. You know?
Yeah.
Where it's like, I mean, look back at like Mighty Number 9. They didn't have a real trailer for that game. They didn't show any
True.
gameplay at all during the Kickstarter. So of course everyone got burned on it. Because if they showed any gameplay at all for what the game ended up looking like, you know, no one would have fucking backed it. Well, that's not true. People would have still backed it, but maybe not.
They would have. It would be like Balan Wonderworld. It wouldn't have set in until they actually played it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You know, if Balan Wonderworld was like Kickstarter, I would have backed that. That's
Yeah.
so sad.
You know, the funny part about Mighty Number 9 is that you don't make the bad guys cry like anime fans on prom nights. You make the game makes the players cry like anime fans on prom night. You know, that sounded funnier in my head.
Bad. There was probably a correct way to deliver that. I don't,
Yeah. It makes the Kickstarter backers cry like the anime fans on prom night.
We can't re-edit. We can't re-edit this because it's live. It's a shame.
Whatever.
It's okay.
I think that joke is funny.
It was through the roof. I'm trembling because of how much I'm laughing. You just can't hear me.
Okay.
But yes, go
Yeah.
support the Kickstarter. Fucking follow any trailers that come out. This game is gonna be sick. It deserves all the hype it's getting. Honestly.
well, we don't know if it deserves the hype yet.
No, so far I'd say it's well worth the hype.
But no, seriously, I wanted to hit that 750K stretch goal, so I get the steel bookcase in like 2 new areas.
Yeah, so everybody who's listening, go do that shit right now.
You know, provided the Giants graveyard area that's one of the stretch goals isn't just an area where you fight giant versions of all the regular enemies.
That could be novel. The giant world of Mario 3 is like the best world.
That's true. But no, the fact that it's called Giants Graveyard just makes me think it's gonna be Tomb of the Giants area. And that
Yes, it will
scares me.
be. There's gonna be some Dark Souls inspiration. Don't worry. It's gonna be big, scary skeleton men.
Although I do have to like question it because like the next fundraising goal for it, one of the like the reward is like Giants Graveyard, Starling reward tier, and the bonus gun plush, which is just an accessory for the plushie. So people who, you know, got the plushie tier and up will get that. But I don't know what the Starling reward tier means. Are they adding a new reward tier if they reach the next funding
Who
goal?
knows? They
I
might.
think that's what it means.
Because if they get a lot of money, they're like, oh, hey, we could actually like increase our
Yeah.
like scope.
And keep in mind, like all the big reward tiers where it's like, oh yeah, design an NPC or design a boss or enemy, they're all gone already. So
yeah,
Oh yeah, it could just be another one of those.
if I had the money, I definitely would have did that, like low key, because that would be so fun, and that would be like a great foot in the door for.
Wiz, what characters in Undertale were Kickstarter design characters?
Muffet, So Sorry, and Glide.
Yeah, I think those are all right. Yeah, I knew Muffet and So Sorry.
Glide is like a secret boss you fight. He's in the one room that has the door in it that you can't open, and the 4 mushrooms in Snowden. You have to walk around that room like in circles for like 30 minutes because his encounter rate is like stupidly low. but sometimes he'll appear. And then So Sorry is very intentionally very well hidden for very
Yes.
obvious reasons.
Muppet, they made like borderline main character.
Yeah, she's mandatory. You have to fight her.
Yeah, that was weird.
She's a mandatory mini boss.
That must have been the highest tier.
No, Muffet was the $500 tier. Same with Glide. So Sorry was the highest tier at 1,000.
That's
Although
tragic.
So Sorry, yeah, well, what it was So Sorry's tier was called Put Your Fan Troll in the game. Your fan troll
Oh.
becomes canon in Undertale, which is it's what's the thing? I'm blanking. Oh god, what is it? Homestuck. It's a Homestuck reference. Because Toby Fox was big in the Homestuck community. He was part of I'm pretty sure he was the lead Homestuck music team. Like he was like the leader of the music team for Homestuck.
Still does Homestuck music for like Hive Swap. He's did the soundtrack for that.
Yeah. Like everybody talks about Megalovania's origin being from his one
It is from that first. It wasn't that before.
Yeah, it was
Homestuck.
from that, but it was also in Homestuck.
Yes, which is really
Yeah.
funny.
But the reward tier was a joke. No one was meant to actually give Toby Fox $1,000 to make their fan troll canon. And so the guy who designed So Sorry, he actually did that thing, and then he asked him to put his character in, which is not a fan troll, mind you. It has nothing to do with Homestuck. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm still waiting on that hard mode from the Kickstarter.
The So Sorry story is actually really crazy.
It is.
Because Toby Fox basically asked the guy to hey, please accept my refund. Please accept my refund. Multiple times. It's just you don't want your character in my game. Is basically what he said, and it's just please accept the refund. I think it was less because Toby Fox was embarrassed to put the character in, and more the fact that he knew the guy necessarily wouldn't like people's responses to the character if he was actually there, which is why he hit him so well.
Yeah, people didn't know about it until months after the game was out.
Yeah. That's a whole big bag of worms.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily want to get into all of that. Even though we already kind of got in it. But yeah.
We were kind of done talking about whatever game anyway, so.
Yeah.
I forgot its name.
Crowsorn.
I was going to say Grim Dawn. That's a completely different game. Yeah. I might take a look at the Kickstarter, actually.
Yeah. Check it out for realsies.
Now, if I do donate $5 now just to back it, can I upgrade it later?
You can upgrade your back before the Kickstarter closes, yes, if you decide. I wouldn't recommend doing the $5 one. I'd get at least the $20 one. That way you'd get the game.
True.
Yeah, and keep in mind the $20 Canadian one is only $16 American.
Okay. So bare minimum, I'll get.
So if you give $16, you'll get the game, and it comes with a wallpaper as well.
Oh, cool. I mean, that's worth it.
Yeah, I decided to go all out because this looks like something I'm going to be really into, and I'd rather spend money now and then not feel burned when it's I wish I spent more and gotten all the extra cool stuff,
Yeah. So just...
And plus, I really want them to get the next couple tiers, and so I figure, yeah, let's go in.
All right. Anything else we want to say?
Especially.
I think I've said my fill on Crowsworn. I just can't wait for it to come out. It's another 2 years, but
yeah.
Once again, go back the Kickstarter. We're not telling you again. This is your homework.
We're not affiliated with the devs at all. We just think it's what they're doing is cool.
Yeah, and
except if you want to send us a check, though.
Yeah, we will gladly accept any partners, anything. But But as of right
Can't
now,
wait for our Raids Shadow Legends
You
endorsement.
know what this means? Yeah, Substation Gaming is really sold out.
We have already sold out before anyone's given us money. Let's go.
Uh,
no, but seriously, go back to Kickstarter.
Yeah.
yeah, do it for me so I get my cooler Kickstarter tier rewards.
So he
I
gets a
want the
cool
steel
gun.
case. Yeah, I want my plushie to have a gun, and I want the steelbook case. But more importantly, I want the extra area. Yeah, because like the other two rewards are like, because the next one is like a giant's graveyard, which is a new area, and then the one after that is called the ruined library, which is another new area, and it's a library, and there's like library areas are always good, so you got to do it.
If they don't reach the goal, hopefully those will be like, I don't know, DLC or something.
Yeah, potentially.
I know they did that with Squiggly and Skullgirl. She was a stretch goal that they couldn't get, so they just ended up making her DLC.
Yeah. But so far they've been on a pretty good pace. Like the game got funded completely in like 3 hours.
Nice.
And yeah, so far, yeah, they hit 500K in 7 days. And they got 20 days left. So I think they'll hit at least the next two.
At the rate
Whether
they're
or not
going, they're
they
hitting
hit,
over a mil.
yeah. Obviously, it's slowed down since then, but
I know, but they did that in 3 days, half a mil. They got 20 more days to do that. I think they can
yeah.
hit a mil.
Well, they hit 500K in 7 days, and they got 20 days left. And right now they're sitting at like 500,000, 560,000.
Yeah, so they're almost at 600.
Yeah. hmm
Well, all right.
hmm
Being that said, I think that was the final remark we'll have on this. You guys want anything else to say?
Nope, I'm done.
All right. Looks like that was the last topic for today. Thank you anybody who's watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to follow us on Twitch. If you're watching this now, make sure to follow us on YouTube. Check out our
Yeah.
Twitter.
Make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube and check out our Twitter as well, as we'll post when we go live on Twitch, because we do these live every Monday on Twitch.
Yes, 9 o'clock sharp. And then
I'm going to say sharp, but 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
we're trying
9
to be,
p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
yeah, we're trying to be pretty firm in place with that 9 o'clock. But yeah, thank you for watching and have a great night.
Boy.
Yeah.